My friends, hope your weekend is starting out the way that it should with some friends and some family. This weekend, try to stay away from the stock market, try to unplug your brain. Once again, this is the pot calling the kettle black here because I will definitely be paying attention. But if mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, the week is just draining on you way too much with everything that's going on, I highly encourage you to step away. Having said that, man, we had a great week this week. Okay, I tweeted out not too long ago about all the awesome things that happened this week. So we saw a 29% gain in AMC. We saw utilization hit 100%, which is awesome. That was definitely a big thing on my checklist as far as wanting to see when I thought the next run up might be nearing. Now we want to see like the cost to borrow and things of that nature start to come up along with it. Overall, we've seen the market take a beating. Big time blue chip stocks have gotten hammered with some earnings reports. Melvin is getting hammered, which is sad. CEO Adam Aaron tweeting out, just flat out talking about how much the short interest has increased in AMC stock. Also talking about how he is still going to own or plan to own over 2.3 million shares. So people who say he's just selling his shares and running away and leaving retail to hold the bag, you can suck it. All right. I mean that in the nicest way possible, as always. But we got volume returning. Volatility's coming back. We recovered the 20-day EMA, our first big step. All the indicators that we track, the MACD, the RSI, the OBV, everything is curling. AMC, we've already gotten some preliminary reports that they're going to be cash flow positive again. They have restructured their debt. They have taken debt that was really high interest rate, and they have paid that off. But they did acquire new debt to do that, but at a much lower interest rate and pushed out way further. So that was an awesome move on their part. They have over 1.8 billion, and that is billion with the B in the bank. They acquired new locations. The Batman is releasing in less than a month, and all the early reviews and all the early feelings about it is just going to make a killing, and it's an awesome movie. I saw the new trailer for the new Jurassic World trailer. That looks awesome. Seeing all the ones from my childhood, all the actors from my childhood being in the new one, I was like, man, that's really cool. But we got tons of blockbusters coming out. Everything is starting to be a only in theaters movie. They hired Ellen to start, and she's a former Frito-Lay hostess and one other one. I can't remember off the top of my head. But she's a former executive there, so she knows how to roll stuff out to homes, to grocery stores, and to everything that they're going to be doing with their popcorn business. And it has smoking margins on the popcorn. And then also, too, we're starting to see more and more countries saying, hey, we're done with COVID restrictions. We're starting to see New York and California act like normal human beings again. And starting to make it to where you can actually like go eat inside without your passport, your vaccine passport, stuff like that. And guys, this channel's not about COVID, so let's just move on about that. But we're seeing more and more and more things getting back to normal. Obviously, biggest point of concern is going to be, do we wind up going to war with Russia and everything like that? What happens with Ukraine over the weekend? I think overall, though, market-wise, there might be some shaky days, but I think overall that's not going to have the impact. And even if it does, drag down GameStop and AMC, the reality is like, because we're going to go to war with Russia, people are selling their video game and their movie theater stock. I don't think so. So I'm not too worried about that. And if anything, it's only going to put more pressure on the people that we want to have pressure on. Real quick, I want to show you guys this as far as the chart is concerned. And so I noticed this pattern this evening. And how it came to be is, let me backtrack just a little bit. But we might be playing out a big old inverse head and shoulders. I remember we were tracking one right in here. And unfortunately, it played out. It just went this way instead of this way. All right? So, sorry, let me get rid of go, all this junk right here. But shout out to my buddy, my man, Rico's Trades. If you're following me, you already probably follow him. He has a much bigger YouTube following than I do. But if you don't already, go watch his stuff. If not for anything other than the pure entertainment purposes, the dude is freaking hilarious. Anyway, he was talking about this, where if you look at this chart right here, this looks like a massive distribution that was going to play out, or is about to play out, okay? Which means we're about to see something like a, come down here, and keep dumping further, all right? But once again, all this is AMC's chart inverted. So sometimes this is a good way to start looking at things just from a different perspective. So same chart, different perspective. And that's when I really noticed hey, look at this. Whoops, my bad. There you go. So it's like, hey, we could this if I looked at it, if I just pulled up a chart and I just looked at it, I would be like, dude, this is a big old head and shoulders that's about to play out. Okay. And essentially, so like, right in here would be like the neckline, and then once it breaks the neckline, then boom, it would start heading this way. But once again, this is just AMC inverted. Like that. So the path would look something like this. Definitely something I'm going to be keeping an eye on overall. So one more time, shout out to my buddy Rico. Thanks for forcing me to look at things in a different way. I appreciate you, bud. So anyway, having said that, this actually to me kind of plays into something that Booksy has talked about. So Booksy, if you're not following him already, he is great with fractals and stuff. He has a wonderful video. I think he's called it like his ABC video. But essentially what Booksy says is these are all partial fractals here on the way down. So think of a fractal. And Booksy, I don't know if you watch my stuff, but if you do, I'm sorry if once again, I'm telling everybody go watch your stuff. But let's think of a fractal as like an A, and then a B, and then a C. Okay? So essentially what he's saying is these are all just ABs right here. So all these fractals right here are all just ABs. And then the C's all play out at one time. So it's essentially like broken fractals, if you will, on the way down. And then they've got to get completed on the way up. So that's why it would make a lot of sense if this, kind of looks like a mirror and an inverted head and shoulders. Once again, don't worry about dates or anything along those lines, guys. But I'll go through and I'll make a much longer TA video. Probably Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, sometime in there. Also want to kind of give the weekend a little bit of time to play out. And that way, if, today's, we're going to go to war with Russia news, turns out to be a little bit of hashtag fake news, if you will, then we'll see what I think. If that turns out not to be a big deal, then the markets will probably rip this next week, and I plan on us, ripping right along with them. It was great to see pretty much everything red, and AMC and GameStop green, though. They weren't green by a ton, but when the entire market, just back over here, when the entire market, was crashing, and, I say crashing, when the entire market was pulling back, AMC was just getting pulled down with it. And now we're starting to see signs of, hey, AMC and GameStop might be a little bit more resilient. There's a whole bunch of over-leveraged people out there. And so, once again, that's kind of why I tweeted this out. There's a storm coming. I listed tons of reasons to be excited about AMC's future. And so I am excited about AMC's future and what is going to be happening, in my opinion, in the near term. And when I say the near term, I think this is going to be a solid year for retail investors. But you guys know the deal. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude on the internet trying to entertain people. And not entertain. I'm trying to educate. I'm trying to help people. So I've been getting a lot of messages and replies lately of people saying, I really like your style and everything along those lines. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm in this play to make money just like anybody else is, but more rewarding than the money for me, because it's not trying to sound like it is, but I'm gonna be fine whether or not AMC explodes or it doesn't explode, but the money for me is just a bonus. The mission and what I want to do more than anything is I want to help as many people as I can before my time in this world is no more. So that's you can, anybody who knows me, you can ask my wife, anything like that. I always talk about how, I want to leave a legacy, I want to leave an impression. And so, like I said, this is one area that I'm super passionate about, along with my martial arts and everything like that. And so I like helping, I like coaching. And so if you find value in what I do, please, do the deal, like and subscribe, tell your buddies about me. But at the end of the day, I just want to help. And so I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Sunday. Relax, enjoy your family. I always say time is the one thing that you can't get back. So don't spend too much time this weekend just staring at your phone. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, enjoy your time. And we got this, man. Market ain't going anywhere. Y'all be good.